Hi guys, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Andi, and I'm really happy that you're here. I'm doing another collection and declutter video. I don't know if anything is going to be decluttered or not. There might be just a collection video. This is one of my biggest categories. It is my blushes, and these are all of my powder blushes. So we are going to go through them one by one. To me, it's a lot. To you, it may not be a lot, but to me, it's a lot. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started with my pressed powder blushes. This is the Essence Mosaic Blush in the shade All You Need Is Pink. And I really do love Essence blushes. It is a very light, cool-toned pink. It's very nice. I like it a lot. I like all of these. Well, most of these I do like. So, like I said, they're probably not going to go anywhere. This is by Misho Beauty. This was in a BoxyCharm, I believe. It's a very bright pink blush. It's in the shade Misho. All right, then. When I tried to look this up to see how much it was worth, because I would put my prices in my spreadsheet for 2024, they don't have a whole lot, so I'm not sure what's going on with that, but it's a very bright pink. It's beautiful summer pink. We have another Essence blush. This is just the blush. It is in the shade Befitting. This is a very nice neutral. It's really, you can wear it with cool looks and warm looks. I really like blushes like that, and as you will see, I have a lot of that shade. This is the Ulta Beauty Mineral Blush, and this is in the shade Stargazer. No, Tiger Lily. Stargazer is the one I have on my list, but that I haven't got. This is also a very pretty neutral, and it really has more pigment on the cheeks than this. It is a neutral leaning warm, but it is a mineral blush. It has this nice, pretty shimmer to it. Now we have two Milanis. The first one, they're both the baked blushes, and this was in the shade Rose d'Oro. And it is a warmer leaning blush. And then this one is called Berry Amour. And this is another very neutral to warm leaning blush. They're very similar. I thought, let me see something. This is the Laura Geller Baked Blush and Brighten in Apricot Berry. I got this from my friend Gloria. And so there's that right there. And then I'm going to do the Berry Amour, because I feel like they're dupes for each other. Yeah, they're very similar. I thought that when I bought it. Since we're doing Laura Geller, I might as well do my other Laura Geller, and this is in the same type of Baked Blush and Brighten, and this is in the shade Tropic Hues. This is a beautiful summer blush. Very warm, peachy. It's beautiful. It's also very similar to those two. Okay, I have two from Benefit, and this is the Willa. And this one is one of the ones that I was talking about that is probably, no, it's a little cooler. It's a little cooler than this one right here. It's so pretty. I love it. And then this is the Pom Pom, and this one is a little warmer. But it is a very, very pretty blush. Okay, we have this one, and this is Maelle, and it is in the shade Sundown. I wear this a lot in the summer. It is very pretty pink shade. This. Okay, I probably will have one declutter. Okay, so this is called Tahiti Matte Bronzer from Hikari. Well, I used it as a bronzer, and it was too pink to be a bronzer. So I used it as a blush, and it's too bronze to be a blush. I don't know. This really doesn't look pink at all right there. When I put it on my cheeks, it looks pink. Anyway, I don't use it. I'm going to declutter this. It's going bye-bye. And now we have a color pop. This is Just My Pluck. And this is, of course, discontinued. It is a beautiful, cool shade. Very pretty. I use that with a lot of cool neutrals, cool purples. We have another Essence. This is an Essence Pure Nude. This is a baked blush, and it is in the shade number 3, Goldie Cassis. And it is so pretty. It is very cool, and it has some luminosity to it. And actually, I pair these together a lot. I'll use this as a blush lighter or a blush topper. And then we have one by The Balm. This is called Cabana Boy. This thing is so old. This is so old. Oh my gosh. It's so old. I used to be able to get The Balm at my hair supply house at like a 40% off discount because it was all wholesale. And oh my gosh, like I loved it. I bought a ton of it, but I'm keeping it. This is Essence Blush Lighter, Gradient Powder Blush in the shade Cassis Sunburst. I don't know how big of a fan I am of this. Like, it's pretty. It is a little warm. The highlight part is very pretty. I just don't know if I love a product like this. When I use it, which is very rarely, I use this edge here. I don't use the middle or this side because then I'll use a highlighter. So I think I'm going to keep it. We'll see if I use it. Now we have another color pop, and this is in the shade Flirt Alert. And this is a pressed powder. I do believe they still have this one, but I could be wrong. It is, again, a very neutral blush. And we have a Wet n Wild. And this is in the shade Mellow Wine. And as you can see, it is another very neutral blush. It has a little bit more pink to it, though, doesn't it? Has a little bit more pigment to it. But you guys, these are so inexpensive, and they are such great blushes. I love my Wet n Wild blushes. We have one of my OGs. This is the e.l.f. blush, primer infused blush in Always Rosy. And as you can see, it is something that, well, it's broken, first of all, but it's something that I've used a ton of. This is, when I didn't have any other blushes, this is what I wore every day. But it's very similar to this, and it's very similar to this. Look at those. They all look the same. They all look the same. It's ridiculous. I have a type. I do. I have a type. And we will revisit that in just a little bit because I have something else. Moving on, we have a Melt. This is a powder blush light in the shade Nevermore. I love this. It is so pretty. It is such a pretty blush, and it's so pretty for summer. Then I have this Manica Dar that I was keeping around. It's such a pretty, like, to look at blush, but I've never used it. I got it in a Slay Glam box. I've never swatched it. I've never done anything with it. That is pretty, but do I really want that? I'm not a fan of Manica Dar, first of all. I think they're just okay. It's not that I don't like them. They're just okay. They're just okay. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it for now. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And then I have a couple of these, which are actually in my face palette. They're in my face palette category, but they're in this spin, so I'm just going to show them to you. This is Morphe Blush Trio in Pop of Pink. I've never used it. It's so pretty. I've never used it. I've never swatched it. I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to swatch it right now, but I'm going to keep it for now. But this is very cool. This is very neutral. It's very pink. I like it a lot. And then this is from Complex Culture. It is, the shades are Glow Rush and So Chill. And it is a duo. And it is so pretty. I've never used it. I have never used this. Why? Why haven't I used it? I don't know. I don't know. I'm keeping it though because it's gorge. Before I move on to my cream blush, I do want to show you, I have a couple of blush singles that I depotted. This one is the Balm, and it is in the shade Blush Jones. And this is what I was talking about when I said we will revisit. I guess that is a little bit more pink, isn't it? But it's very similar. I almost decluttered these last year, and I kept them. So that is called Blush Jones. And then this one is called, I just dug my nail in that. This one is called, this is called Stamina. It's a really pretty warm, and this is a really pretty neutral to cool. Yeah, they're pretty. So I have them in here. And actually, this is a bronzer, but I forgot to talk about it in my bronzer video because I forgot that I had it until I just opened this up. It was a deluxe sample bronzer as well. So I will probably end up frankening that into another bronzer because that makes sense. Okay, you guys, now we have cream blushes, and yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess because it's outgrowing its home, but it is what it is. We're still going to go through them. I have this Tarte in the shade Berry Bliss. It is a cream bronzer. I've never used it. It's very pretty. I think I got this from the Ipsy Drop Shop. I think that'll be really nice for winter. I have, this is from the Grease collection with Revolution, and it is called Rizzo, and it is so pretty. It is such a pretty blush. I have not used it yet. It's very pretty. I think it's probably going to be more of a spring-summer blush for me. I have two of the Melt Cream blushes, and this is in Pink Sand. I'm not going to swatch all of these because we're going to be here forever. So this is in Pink Sand. It's very pretty. And then this one is in Daydreamer, and it is a very warm blush, cream blush, but it is so pretty. I use this underneath my foundation. And we have a ton of ColourPop. Ton of ColourPop. This is my oldest one. It is called Brute Flute. And they still sell this shade, but they don't, it's not in this packaging. But like I said, it was one of my oldest ones, but it is still so creamy. And it has some shimmer to it, as you can see. It's very pretty. This one is called Cheerio. Yeah, Cheerio. And it is like a dark berry. It's beautiful. Is a beautiful blush. I just said I wasn't going to swatch them. Dang it. And this one is called Strike. And it is a warmer. This one is actually getting a little drier, but it still applies beautifully. This one is called Sounds Grape. I guess I am going to swatch them. It's very, very pretty. I don't know. I don't think they still have the Strike anymore. I don't know about the other ones. This one is called Between the Sheets. It's just a warm neutral. It looks really good with warm brown looks. And then this is called Digital Baddie. This one they don't have anymore because I got this on clearance. It is pink. It's very pink. So pretty. I have 3 of the e.l.f. monochromatic multi-sticks. This is in the shade something peony, dazzling peony. They are such pretty cream blushes, and they're so inexpensive. This one is in sparkling rose, I think. Yes, this one's in sparkling rose. This one's actually my favorite. And then this one is in the shade Luminous Berry. And that one is also pretty. That's going to be a beautiful summer blush. I actually just got this one not too long ago. Okay, you guys, only a few left. Only a few left. This one I just got from an ice cream beauty box. It is from Delancey. It is a cream liquid blush. It's really pretty. I actually haven't used it yet. I've only swatched it. And then we have this one from Ciate London, Velvet Skin. This is in the shade Fancy. And this is one of my favorites. It is such a beautiful, beautiful shade. We have 2 of the Wet n Wild sticks. This one is in Peach Bombs. This is supposedly a dupe for one of the ABH, Charlotte Tilbury. You guys, I don't know. I don't know. It's supposed to be a dupe for one of those. And this one is in Floral Majesty. And I love this. I wore this a lot this summer. We have this one. This is Trifle Cosmetics Cheek Parfait. And it is in the shade, maybe it's in the shade Cheek Parfait. Maybe it's Trifle Cosmetics Cheek in the shade Parfait. You guys, I don't know, and it doesn't matter because I'm not keeping it. I am decluttering this. It's very sticky, and it does not blend out well. So I am actually going to declutter that. I've been waiting for this video to do that. This is the So Susan Color Crush, and it is in the shade Foolish Play. And this is actually very nice. I used this. This was in my Project 3 uses because I was going to declutter it. And it is really pretty. I wore that a lot this summer as well. The problem with this is this tiny little pot here. It's hard to get a brush down in there. So I'm hoping that this is a trick of the eye and there's not really that much product. I'm thinking it's probably like to there, but I don't know. It might be. This is the Danessa Myricks Vision Flush, and it is in the shade Ballet Slippers. And let me tell you what, you guys, that's all you need. That is all you need because it is super pigmented and it is beautiful. I got this from Leanna Dalton and I wear it a lot. I have 3 of the e.l.f. Halo Glow Wands. These are the blush, and this one is in the shade Candlelit. And this is like a blush topper highlighter, I think. It's very light. I think if you had very fair skin, it might be a nice blush. I have it in with my blushes. I probably would use it as a highlighter. This is in Magic Hour. Guys, I'm left-handed, and I'm doing this with my right hand because my other hand is all filled up. That's pretty too. That's a nice warm goldy, peachy something. Again, I wouldn't really use it as a blush though. I've never used these. I've used this a couple times. This one's in Berry Radiant, and it is so pretty. You can see that. That's very, very pretty. 4 more blushes to go. These are all e.l.f. Putty blushes. The one that I've used the most, I think, is this one. Yes. This is in the shades St. Bart's. And as you can see, it's been used and abused. That is what it looks like. It blends out gorgeous. I love it. I used that so much this past summer. And this is a luminous, and this is a luminous, and this is a luminous, which means it has some, has some shimmer in it, has some fancy to it. This one is in the shade Maldives. I've never used this. I've only swatched it. But it's very pretty. This one is in the shade Belize. It is a very peachy, summery blush. You see that? It's not very pigmented, is it? I have used this a couple of times. I think I used it as a blush topper. I'm not sure. I don't remember. And then the last one is just a regular putty blush. It is not a luminous. And it is in the shade Barbados. And I've only swatched it. I've never used it. I have the same issue with this packaging too. It's really hard to get a brush in there. Because I apply my cream products with a brush. So yeah, those are very pretty. I forgot to tell you this for the powder blushes. I have 26. I decluttered 1. It's progress. It's little progress, but it's progress. Okay, for my powder blushes, I have 22. I decluttered 1. And then I also have these 2 little baby singles. So 24, if you want to count those as each one. 24. Decluttered 1. Progress. Progress. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for my blush collection. My face palette collection will be a separate video. And then I will show you like my duos and all of my face palettes. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you. Until our next adventure, everyone have a great day, and we'll see you later.